Hey guys, this is Slentay. Damn, it has been a very long time since I've done one of these, and I humbly apologize for that because this has been the busiest summer of my entire life. Just so many life-changing things happened. It has been crazy, but things are finally starting to calm down, so I can get back to doing these at least, more frequently than I am right now. So there's a lot to cover, so let's get right into it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was this Mario Kart Tour microtransactions. Now for this show, I don't really talk about mobile games because they are 100% irrelevant to me, but this has been a story that's been going on, so I'll talk about it. Now the thing about this story is that there's microtransactions in it, which is not a surprise considering it's a mobile game. But the thing is, it's gotten worse and worse and worse with each game that Nintendo has released on mobile. I feel a lot of outrage towards this game for the microtransactions is warranted, because if it's this bad in the mobile space, who knows when they'll do it on the main games. That's why it's important to call out these things, because of course in mobile, like I said, there's microtransactions. There's always going to be microtransactions in mobile games. Microtransactions came from mobile games. That's how they appeared in all these AAA games. That's why we're talking about that happening now, because it's gotten that bad to the point where it's in those games. But this is Nintendo. We don't want Nintendo to get infected with this in their main games, the games that actually matter. I think it's wishful thinking to say that they're listening to the outrage and seeing that, hey, the people that are playing our games on like the Switch and consoles, they do not like this, so we better not even try it over there, or else we will get hell for it. This is why I don't play mobile games, because Mario Kart Tour, I played it for a couple races in the quote-unquote beta, even though you're not actually facing real people. It's really weird, doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I played this game. I was like, let me go back to Double Dash. I don't see the point in playing a mobile version of games that I can just play infinitely superior versions of on the consoles. I guess that's kind of the point. Maybe that's how it is with Pokemon Go and Pokemon Let's Go. We're bringing in that Pokemon Go crowd. I'm not sure how well that did. But that seems to be what they're going for with all these mobile games. You have your Mario game, Animal Crossing game. Honestly, the one I liked the most was Miitomo. That was awesome. That was the game where you had to be there to experience. That was something else. Anybody that was part of that could tell you that was a one of a kind game. But yeah, in summary of this whole situation, I'm glad that people are speaking out about it, because this will hopefully, wishful thinking like I said, will let them know that we do not want this in the main games. And if they do, they will get hell for it, like they are right now. Now another thing Nintendo unveiled was this game called Ring Fit Adventure. This is an exercise game where, of course, you move around with this circle thing. Honestly, it's pretty fun, and I'll tell you why. It's something that I need with something that I love. Everybody needs exercise, so it's perfect for me to pair that up also with a turn-based RPG. That is perfect for me. I know it may seem silly, but let's be honest, this is Nintendo. They could sell anything. I mean, if they could sell cardboard, they can sell anything at this point. But for this, unlike cardboard, this is actually pretty damn cool. Will you lose a lot of weight from this? It seems a little more involved than most workout games, and I like the adventure mode and leveling up. That's cool. I'm probably gonna get this, actually. Even though it'd probably look really dumb to do that, but it's whatever. It's something new, right? That's the thing I like about Nintendo with Ring Fit and the cardboard and the mobile games, that Nintendo makes it very clear to separate those and make sure those are separate things from the main lineup of Nintendo Switch games. Like, they don't put them in directs, so you know, okay, that's not part of the main lineup. They're not. That's just a little side thing they can do because they're doing so well. It makes sure the core audience there is happy by supplying games like Astral Chain, Daemon X Machina, Luigi's Mansion 3, Pokemon Fire Emblem, all that, but then also trying to bring in that new crowd with the Labo and the Ring Fit Adventure, whilst also possibly funneling in people from their mobile games. There was actually a Nintendo Direct this past month, and in the same Nintendo Direct, they finally announced that Super Nintendo games were coming to Nintendo Switch Online. Yeah, so cross that off the list. One thing about it though is that they said that NES and Super Nintendo games won't be added per month now. So in one way I could see how this could be, good, because they're actually focusing on putting out games that people actually want, but is it just going to be like one specific game at that point in time when they decide? We don't know yet. We'll see what they add on later. But as for the starting lineup, it's pretty damn good, I gotta admit. If I owned it, if I actually had Nintendo Switch Online, I probably would play Breath of Fire first. I've always wanted to play that game. Like I said, with Nintendo and this online service, it's just constant baby steps, one after another. They're slowly getting there, slowly getting it. Alphadream has unfortunately filed for bankruptcy. Now, I say in this article that a lot of it had to do with HD development and not knowing how to develop HD games, which ironically enough is the same situation that Nintendo itself was in during the Wii U era, because back in the Wii U, one of the biggest problems was that games were taking too damn long to make, and the main reason behind that was that they just didn't know how to make HD games. Now me, I'm more of a original 3 Paper Mario and Super Mario RPG guy, but I do know a ton of people that really love the Mario and Luigi games, so I'd really be sad to see them go. So hopefully Nintendo can come in, buy them up, and teach them how to make these HD games and help them out, because it'd be really sad to lose one of the handheld developers and not help them cross over into this big Switch family that they're forming right now. Now, there's actually been a lot of stories surrounding around censorship, so let's get into those. Now, this goes back all the way back to June, when we found out about Square Enix's ethics department. Now, for those who don't know what this is, it's basically looking through characters and things that might potentially be offensive and censoring them. That's essentially what it is. So, the things they've done so far, they've given Tifa in the Final Fantasy VII Remake a sports bra, and then in Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, they upped Renoa's cleavage line. Can't believe I'm talking about this. She's 2019, everybody. And then also in Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, they changed how Siren looks. Why? Because people would potentially complain, I guess. Nintendo actually has some censorship. This is coming from what they just announced in that Nintendo Direct last month with Tokyo Mirage Censorship's Sharp FE. Crazy name. This is a game that came from the Wii U era when they were still censorship happy. So people are wondering whether it's going to stay censored or if they're going to de-censor it, because they're actually adding some new stuff in this game as well. Apparently the Japanese version is still uncensored, so since the Switch is not region locked, you can get that version in case this version is still censored. It's still stupid that if it is censored, because it shouldn't be. I guess only time will tell. We don't really have any concrete evidence that it's actually still censored, because we've only seen that one trailer. Hopefully it's not, but if it is, you can bet I will be calling them out on that. Another big controversy that's happened recently is the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, if you don't know what's going on with this, there is a 1-year exclusive deal for a mode for the PS4 version of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Absolutely ridiculous. It's not even one thing when it's exclusive for 1 year, because that in itself is stupid. Epic Games Store does that with all the games they make exclusive. They're all timed exclusive. They're not exclusive, they're timed exclusive. It's dumb, of course it is, but those are like entire games, and they're not like coming out at the same time as all the other platforms. They're exclusive to that one platform. It's a game that's been released on everywhere, but a mode is going to be locked out of the game for an entire year from every other version, which is absolutely ridiculous. And the response, of course, is them calling us toxic, because of course we got to use the same buzzword over and over again to write off any actual problems going on, to make excuses for what you're doing. If I actually cared about Call of Duty, if I actually gave a single shit about Call of Duty, I wouldn't even buy any version of this game. And that's the thing. This is a year exclusive mode in a series that comes out every single year. So by the time this is not exclusive anymore, nobody's gonna care about this game. Everybody's gonna move on to the next game, and then the next game, and then the next game. Who knows if it'll get worse though? If there'll be another exclusive mode next year. Hopefully from this backlash, they'll know not to do that again, because it'll anger their fan base. But just like with Nintendo, wishful thinking. Probably one of the biggest stories to come out over these past couple months is PS Now on PC. This is insane, because now you can play PlayStation games on your PC. Games like God of War and Uncharted 4. That is insane, because one thing that people have been ragging on the Xbox for is that they're not really exclusives because they're also on PC, but now we're seeing with PlayStation, they're not exclusives now. They're starting to be like that. Now, one big difference is that they're streaming. They're not, download and then play with, a consistent frame rate and all that. So there is going to be lag because of streaming. Me personally, I don't care about streaming at all. That's why I don't cover, the Google Stadia, because the world is not ready for cloud gaming at all. It's a way to play games, yeah, but we're just not ready. Unless you can guarantee everybody everywhere is going to have the best possible internet to play at a smooth frame rate and everything, play the best possible way these games were meant to be played, then we're not ready for it. We're just not. The technology is there, but it's just not at that level. But we gotta say, some of those PlayStation games are no longer exclusive, which is, I never thought I'd be saying that. And one other announcement that came at that same time is the former president of PlayStation actually left. I don't know if he quit, I don't know if they laid him off, but Sean Layden isn't there anymore. They replaced him with that one guy. I forgot his name. All I know about him is that he's the one that made that statement about who wants to play these old games. So yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty worried about the future of Sony. And if they go down this cloud gaming route with the PS5, it doesn't matter if they get rid of the censorship at that point. I am never buying that. I mean, they even lowered the price down from the original $20 to $10, which is what it should have been in the first place. So yeah, they're definitely trying to compete with Game Pass at this point. It's certainly not better though. And of course, this cloud-based versions of these games aren't the best ways to play these games. Of course, you gotta play it on the original hardware if you want it at the original frame rate and everything, because it's not download like Game Pass is. And finally, the last story. This may seem familiar to you guys that watch my Dreams video. Sega trademarks Knight's Dream Wheel in Japan. I loved this series to death, so I'd be very happy if they actually made the very first HD Nights, and of course they remade Nights and Christmas Nights, but like from the ground up HD Nights. Do you imagine how cool that'd be? That'd be awesome if they did. But one thing about this trademark is that it doesn't spell Nights correctly. You know how Nights is actually spelled with a capital N and then a lowercase I, and then the rest is capitalized? Well, this they only did, you know, the regular Nights, you know, how it's normally spelled with a capital N and then the rest lowercase. So hopefully this is a new Nights game. It might be, you know, something else entirely. Hopefully not. It would be nice to see a series come back, and hey, and that'd be a great opportunity to talk more about the series. But anyways, that's it for this video. That was a ton of news. If I missed anything, make sure to tell me in the comments. And tell me your thoughts on all the topics mentioned in this video. That's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Yeah, and I guess State of Play happened. Yeah, I guess it did.